had some technical difficulties. Couldn't get the last one to publish. We'll see what happens today. And you won't know if it doesn't happen anyway. I'm going to have you stand in mountain pose. Your feet about hip width apart. Everybody still doing okay? Yeah. All right, have your second toes pointing forward, and if you had 3 points of each foot, the base of your little toe, start there, the base of your big toe, come there, and then the center of your heel. Bring your hands down by your sides, close your eyes. Don't lock your knees. Bring your calf muscles forward. Lift your kneecaps up at the front of the thigh. If you tend to push your chin forward, if you tend to let the base of your skull drop down, can you lift that up so you deepen your throat? And there may be some weight shifting coming through. Go with it. Find your center. Shoulders are relaxing back and down. Fingers are pointing toward the floor. Breath through your nostrils. Relax your jaw and your tongue. All right, when you come to a new inhalation, open your eyes. All right, you're going to step your feet a bit wider. We're going to bring the arms out and around and up, holding on to your left wrist with your right hand. Stretching it right up. Now, can you hold this at the base of your breastbone in? So we're going to open up this, your left side. So when you come out over here, if this left side fell backward, could it come forward? That's so wrong. Your right side. Doesn't matter, we're going to do both sides. Can you keep from locking your knees? Can you still feel those 3 points in each foot? When you inhale, you come back up. We'll change hands. So you'll hold on to your right hand, or your other one, whatever one you can do. And we're going to come up and opening up this other side. So imagine what you're doing to your spine, creating internal space, so there's less friction, less inflammation, less discomfort. When you're on, you come back up, roll your shoulders. I'm going to have you again stand with your feet about hip width apart. You keep your hands on your hips. We're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. Can you roll from your little toe to your big toe so you've got equal pressure there? So we're going to try to come into a squat with the heels off the ground. Bring your arms up, like chair pose, with your heels coming off the ground. Knees staying in line with the tops of your thighs. Heels up. When you inhale, you lift yourself back up, and then slowly bring your heels back down. You want to shake your legs, shoulders. All right. We're going to do triangle pose to your right. Can you put your front heel in line with the middle of your back foot? Lift your kneecaps, pull your legs in, pull these front hip bones in. Now keep all of that. Shoulder blades are easing down your back. You don't want to push them down. You just want them to sit down. Use your triceps here at the back of your bones. When you then keep your legs, when you start tilting, keep your legs. You want to deepen the top of your thigh into the hip without losing it. You don't want this one to fall sideways. You want to hold this one in as well. Bring the back of your hand against your leg. Opening your chest. You want to keep your hand here. You want to put your hand here. You want to bring your hand around toward the top of your front thigh. 3 points to each foot. You manage that one. This top shoulder. You inhale. You've still got strength. Push with your feet. Still keep your legs strong. You come around. We'll go the other side. Turn your feet. Pull your legs in. Lift up through the pelvic floor. Hold on to the base of your breastbone, the base of your throat, the bandhas, that center line of strength. All right, so when you come into your second side, keep your legs. You don't want the top of your back leg to fall sideways, to push sideways. You want that to come right in. So you've got all of this supported, the base of the spine supported. Again, you could bring your top hand up. You could bring it around behind you toward the top of your thigh. You want to lift this chest. Hold the weight of your head. When you inhale, you lift yourself back up, turning your feet round. We're going to do revolved triangle. Now, this is the different hip position. I'm going to turn around this way. If you've got your right foot forward. Can your left hip bone come around? Now, use your abdominals below your navel, above your navel. Use your legs, don't lock your knees, use your calf muscles. When you come out forward over your front leg, tuck your chin in. And then you sweep the left hand down, the right hand up. Maybe you're only up on your thigh. You need a block. Go to block, get a stool. Again, you want to open this chest, this top chest. You're going to put your thumb here to hold the top of your thigh in line with your foot. Don't forget to breathe. Use your big toes. And now keep your strength. Inhale and you lift yourself back up. We'll come around the other side. Now, however you want to do this, pull this in. Lift up through your kneecaps. Find your calf muscles. 3 points to each foot, and sometimes we do 4 points, but little toe, go to the big toe, come to the center of the heel. Come backward through your inner heels. Now when you come out over, keep your tummy tucked in. Tuck your chin in. When you bring your right hand to the left side, then again, maybe you're up here. Maybe you've got a block someplace, or a book, or a piece of furniture. You're lifting this top chest. You're rotating your thoracic spine. Go backward through your tailbone, your sacrum. Come forward with the base of your neck. All right, keep your strength. When you inhale, and you lift yourself back up. Turning your feet around. Bend your knees, hang down over your legs. Release the weight of your head. Your head's heavy. All right, and then inhale, lifting yourself back up. All right. We're going to do Warrior Two. To your right, you put your front heel in line with the middle of your back foot. Now again, find your legs, pull them in, pull this in. Talk about lower. Okay, so I talk about this when we go to backwards. Your lower back is different than your hips, and let's consider the back body from your sacrum to C7, T1, to the base of your neck, base of the spine, base of the back, base of the neck. So this is your back, this is your neck. All right, so you want to come this way so that this is opening, not closing. You might go, I don't know. So get your when you start bringing backwards through your front foot to bend your knee, you want the top of this thigh to sink down. So maybe rearrange things a little bit. Maybe don't go very far. If it's really easy, let the lower ribs fall toward the bent knees. So can you come backward through there? Can you manage that? And lift the base of your skull off the top of your spine, off the base of your neck. So the weight of your head isn't heavy at the base of your neck. Let a long breath in. Got this back leg working. When you inhale, push with your feet. Come back up. Keep your strength until you're back up. We'll come around the other side. Front heel in line with the middle of the back foot. Pull it in. Lift it up. Stretch it out. Shoulder blades are relaxed because your triceps are working. Throw it deep. Throw it as deep. This line up. When you start pulling energy backward through this front foot, you get an arch in your foot, big toe, center of your heel, both feet. Again. If you'd like the top of your back thigh, if you'd like your tops of your thighs to stay level. Relax your jaw and your face. Got the big toe, little toe, big toe, center of your heels working. And inhale, coming back up. Turning my feet around. Then move your elbows forward and backward, loosening up your back. We're going to do Warrior One and make it half moon. So again, I'll come around this way. So as you lift the top, lift the tops of your hip bones backward, up and backward, so you get this abdominal strength. Don't lock your knees. You can keep your hands here. You can raise your arms. When you bend your front knee, again, you don't want your knee to go past your toe. Get a good track with your second toe, but not further on than your heel. This left hip comes around. Pull this backward. I'm going to raise your arms. Don't collapse the base of your skull onto the back of your neck. Right, then when you exhale, we're going to push down with the feet, going to push down with the hands, lift up through the back of your body. And do it again. As you inhale, bring your arms up. When you exhale, push it down through your feet, through your hands, to the base of your spine, up through the back of your neck. All right, and then we're going to make this warrior half moon. So when you come out, you put both hands on the ground, and you lift your left foot up. Can you get the top of your thigh to be over your ankle? Your quad muscles need to work, so maybe you work on that. Maybe you start bringing your top hip over, tuck your chin in. Maybe you take your top hand toward the ceiling. You'd like to open up this right groin by moving the abdomen, rolling the abdomen away from the inside thigh. Then when you exhale, come back down, lifting yourself back up. All right, we'll come around the other side. Now it's a big step. Find your legs, calves, for your feet. Start at your feet. All starts at your feet. The way your feet hit the ground is what happens all the way up the rest of your torso. So when you, I'll be managing this, when you bend your front knee, and again, just because I'm doing this other thing doesn't mean that you have to. What about this, the front of this back leg? When you inhale, if you're going to, you bring your arms out and up. Pull the base of your breastbone backward, deepen your throat. And then when you exhale, push down with your hands, push down with your feet, lift up through the back of your neck. We'll do it again. Inhale up, exhale down. Two directions, always two directions. We're going to make this half moon. So when you come out over your leg, and you lift your back foot up, flex your ankle. Now maybe this is where you stay. Oh, this is all I got today. Maybe you want the top of the thigh to be in line with your ankle. Then if you want to take the top hand up, don't forget to breathe. Open your chest, broaden your collarbones, roll your belly away from your standing thigh. All right, and then coming back down. And lifting yourself up. Right, we'll do a tree pose. As you bring your right foot, you need the wall, go to the wall. Can your toes point down? Can your front hip bones come in? Hands in prayer pose. Can you bring your wrist to the line of the elbows, turning your long fingers up, dropping down through the base of your thumb? You can stay here if you want to. If you'd like to bring your arms out and around and up, keep your chin tucked in. Open up your lower back. You exhale, you bring your hands together above the crown of your head. Lift the crown of your head up toward the heels of your hands. Push them together. When you inhale, you come back up. When you exhale, you come back down. Hands come back. Lower your shoulders. Toes forward. Second foot. You don't want to crank it round. You want to keep this coming in. You want to keep this coming in, supporting the front side of the spine. Hands in prayer. If you're going to, your arms come around and up. You bring your hands together above the crown of your head. Lift the crown of your head up. Push down with your feet. When you inhale, you come back up. Exhale, you come around. Hands come back. That's a prayer pose. All right, we're going to come onto our back. Stretching it out your back. Breathing through your nose. Long, slow breaths. You want to roll side to side. You can still see me. So to open up your back. We're going to bring the feet toward the ceiling. Flex your ankles. Hold on to the backs of your thighs. Roll from your little toe to your big toe. So if your big toe is closer to you, then push up through your big toe. Get your inner thighs to go away from your breastbone. All right, we're going to take the left leg toward the floor. We'll hold it above the floor. All right, so you got both feet active. We're going to bring the hands together. We're going to bring the hands to the outside of the right leg, and then try lifting your head and your upper back off the ground, pushing through your fingers. Got both legs turning in. You're breathing. Right, then coming back, bring your left leg up. Now bend your knees. You're going to circles with your feet. All right, so we're going to take the left foot up. We're going to bring the right leg out along toward the floor, but don't touch. So your hands come together. Flex your ankles. So when you lift your head and your upper back, and you push with your hands along the left outside of your left leg, and don't forget to breathe. All right, then come back. Bring your both feet up. We're going to bring it down 60-30 to the ground, modified if you need to. Hands can come here. You can hold on to your mat. If you got strong abdominals, your hands can come to the floor above your head, or out sideways. All right, so get the front hip bones. Roll from your little toe to your big toe. When you exhale, you lower your legs to 60 degrees. Can you keep your back waist quite low? When you exhale, you lower your legs to 30 degrees. Lower your chin. Don't forget to breathe. Relax your jaw and your tongue. When you exhale, you bring your legs back down. You're going to bend them. You're going to go side to side. We're going to come over onto hands and knees. We'll do cat-cow. If you divided your body, knees 2 fists apart, hands about the same width in line with your knees, shoulders are back, not because you're forcing them, but you're easing them back. Tuck your chin. Front hip bones come in. Crease of the elbows are forward, so you're using the triceps. That will help with your shoulder blades. When you inhale, if you divide, pubic bones go backward, breastbone comes forward. When you exhale, hips go backward, back of the head comes forward. Can you get to all the parts of your spine? Uncurl your toes. Push with your hands, push with your feet. And then as you exhale, child's pose, do some movement with your wrists. We're going to do a lunge. So as you bring your right foot forward, and you point your toes backward, and you bring this, instead of letting this fall inward, you'd like that to come backward. It's going to change what happens in this back leg. When you start coming forward into your lunge, those back toes pointing backward. Now, you got this left side coming around, you got the base of the breastbone, the base of the ribs coming backward. And so letting them fall forward. You don't want to collapse the lumbar spine. You want to interlace your fingers behind your back. You want to bring them above your shoulders. Pull energy backward through your front foot, forward with your back foot. When you come back up, keep your right foot forward. We're going to bring both hands to the big toe side of your right foot. Then move your hips side to side a bit. And shift your shoulders away from your hips, stretching it out. When you come into your lunge again, use your back foot, pull backward through this front foot. If you decide you want to let your right side body come down, maybe come down onto your forearms, let your head drop down. Pull backward through your front foot, forward with your back foot. All right, and then inhale, coming back up. We'll bring the right leg back. You want to come into child's pose again. Shift your weight around. Fill up your lungs. We're going to bring the left foot forward. Start with a square angle as best you can. Pull backward through that foot. Pull forward with this foot. Use your feet. So you want this. You don't want this. You want to hold on to that. So that when you come into your lunge on this side, use both feet. Widen your toes, both feet. Front of the ankle back there. Shoulders are loose. This side might be different than the first side. It's a back bend here. Opening up this, the groin. And when you come back, you're going to bring the hands to the big toe side of your left foot. So when you come into this again, lunge, pull backward through your front foot, forward with your back foot, and then see about bringing your body down, the hip, the waist, the ribs, the shoulder, the ear. All right, then as you come back up, when you come back, child's pose, stretch your, if your knees are in the way of your breath, take your knees further apart. Long long, slow breaths through your nose. Right. We'll do upward facing dog. If you want to come onto your tummy, great, come onto your tummy. If you want to come onto your hands and your knees, do it that way. You start on your hands and your knees, your hands are going to be just a little bit further forward than the tops of your arms because you want to bring the tops of your arms over. If you're coming from your belly, widen your toes. Turn the crease of your elbows forward. Find your calf muscles, widen your toes. You're letting your belly drop down, pick it up. So you're not collapsing the lumbar spine. Open up, bring your front hip bones in so you're opening your hips away from your lower back. You're breathing. Don't just drop your head back. Don't throw your head back. When you exhale, you come back down. Child's pose. Wrists onto your wrists. Relax your jaw and your tongue. We'll do downward facing dog. Hold it however long you want to hold it. All right, widen your fingers as wide as they'll go. Point your longest fingers forward, point your thumbs in, point your little fingers out. Can you widen your ring finger away from your middle finger and your first finger away from your long fingers? All right, so you turn your toes under, tuck your tummy in. When you lift your knees off the ground, line up your feet. Your hands are probably already lined up. Widen your toes. Roll from the little toe to the big toe to the center of the heel. Go backward through your inner heels, your inner ankles. If your head is dropping, if your chin or your throat are dropping, pick it up. If your belly is dropping, pick it up. It'll make a difference. It'll be easier if you hold the right places that are meant to be held. Not your breath. Don't hold your breath. Long, slow, deep breaths. Backward through your thumbs. Backward through your navel. Open up your lower back. Draw your hips away from your sacrum. Using all of your fingers. Use the knuckles of all of your fingers. All right, then come back down. Child's pose. You want to rest your forehead on your hands. You want to keep your hands forward. You want to bring your hands backward. How does your back feel? Your right side and your left side back? Do they feel the same? Do you feel tightness in there somehow? What do you need to do? Last week I did a lot of gardening. This week it's snowing and there's ice on my pond. So all of my daily activities, instead of teaching 20 classes a week, doing this, and I'm doing my own practice. It's all different. Now, we'll do an inversion. Then, if you want to pause it here, if you're working on headstand, and it would be, this head. If you're going, you could put your head on the floor, put your knees on your elbows. But if you're doing it this way, you'd interlace your fingers and you'd hug your elbows in, so you get these muscles to work. Push your head against your hands a bit. So you got that energy with the elbows coming in. Now at the same time, can you imagine pushing the elbows out? Not moving them unless you need to adjust them. But to get the upper front and the upper back to working, it has to come from your arms. Pull your thumbs in toward the base of the skull. So you got the in and the out at the same time. Don't hurt your neck. All right, so good. And maybe you're going to put your legs up the wall. Okay, and maybe you're going to put your head down here. If you do it this way, you need your hands to be under your elbows. You need a square angle here. And when you were born, you had a soft spot in the crown of your head. You can still remember where it was. And if not, then put your hand up there and find the space that's going to go on top of your head that's going to go into the floor. Not on your forehead. So good. Maybe you're going to do it this way, and this is all you got. Yeah. Maybe you're going to do it this way. So you've got that inward and outward energy of your elbows. Now, not asking anybody to go up. You're working on this. Maybe all you do is get your knees off the ground. Maybe walk your feet in. You'd like to stack it up. If you're going to go further, you take one foot up at a time until this other foot lifts off the ground, and then that one could come up also. Use the wall if you need to. You still got that energy in your elbows, so you're not supporting or not crunching your neck. You're supporting this with your arms. Take the little finger side of your wrist toward the floor. Now, when you're ready, you come back down. Don't just crash. And then you rest. Long, slow, deep breaths. Fill up your lungs, exchange your breath. You need your lungs to work. You need all of this to be recycled. So there's no stale air sitting in there. You have to move all of your parts. You have to move your lungs. You have to move your back. You have to move your shoulders. All right. We're going to try an abdominal movement. We've done it before. Holding on to your big toes with your first two fingers and your thumbs. If you let your shoulders come up, if you let this happen, you're going to go backward. Don't bang your head. So right now, you need to bring the tops of your arms backward so that the spine can come forward, so the chest can open. And maybe you can lift your feet off the ground. Push with your toes, push with your fingers. You need the tops of your arms to come backward. Again, maybe this is all you got. Maybe you're going to do one leg at a time. Maybe you can take them both up. Get an internal rotation. So if you had your hands, backs of your hands to the inside of your legs, you're pushing in with your legs and out with your hands. You have to keep the tops of your arms backward. Push with your toes. Pull with your fingers. You want to bring your legs in toward one another. Turn them in. Widen your inner heels. Breathe. Shoulders, tops of your arms are backward. When you come back down, come into easy cross leg and just hang forward. Release the weight of your head. How does your back feel? How does your lower back feel down here between your hips? Tight? Uneven? Unbalanced? Imbalanced? We do a lot of things one-sided. Okay. We're going to do Janu Sirsasana. When you bring your right foot in, or your left foot, can you roll your leg and your big toe toward the other? It's really easy for me to let the top of my foot collapse. So I want to keep that active, and this leg rolls into it. Now again, pubic bone, navel, breastbone, throat. If you want to come out between your knees, if you've got some lower back issues, SI joint, L4, L5, maybe this is best for you. But if you can, you try to bring this bent leg hip forward. Pubic bone, navel turning toward the inside of the left leg. The long leg comes backward. This bent leg hip comes forward. Now, again, you want, whether you start with your hands back here, whether you start with your hands up here, whether you start with your hands here, you need, just like that one we just did, you need the tops of your arms to come backward. If you let the tops of your arms come forward, you're just sinking down into this sacroiliac joint. So again, talk about the sacrum a lot. So if you want to come, you lift up through the sacrum, bring your front hip bones in. And when you begin to come forward, get your right foot and your left leg, your left second toe toward the ceiling, all of your toes toward the ceiling. Come from the little toe to the big toe. So you push out through the base of your big toe. Right hip comes around. Abdomen comes toward the thigh, chest comes toward the knee. When you release the weight of your head, and lift your elbows up, and your ears will come down if you lift your elbows up. All right, try it. All right, and then coming back. And do circles with your feet. We'll bring the left foot in. Now again, this is your base. So again, it's really easy for me to let the top of my foot come to the ground. I want the little toe side of my foot to come to the ground, because then I can engage this leg. So the right leg under the left foot, or your long leg and your bent leg foot are rolling at big toe, your big toes. Can this left hip come around? Can you roll your belly from the left groin toward the right waist? And then again, maybe you're here. I have to put my hands back here to keep the tops of my arms backward. So keep your hands back here. If you wanted to come forward, but if you let the tops of your arms come up, your spine is going back, your chest is collapsed, so you want to lift yourself up. When you come forward, if you're going to, maybe go, nope, I'm just going to work on this left foot, this bent leg foot. I can't keep it engaged. Inner ankle, inner heel. Big toe, get the big toes to work. Inhale, coming back up. Circles with your feet. We'll take the feet wide. So bring your hands to the insides of your legs. Push out with your hands and in with your legs. Get the big toes, the inside edges of your feet to work. And then again, if you need to bring your hands, your thumbs to your sacrum, because you want to move here, so you have to support the front side. You have to pull this in to open this up, to open up your lower back. Then if you wanted to come out over, you could come out over. If you keep your hands behind you, you want your collarbones to lead the way. Then you want the back of your neck to lead the way. And bring your hands around and bring your hands in between your feet. You're breathing. Tops of your arms back. Engage your feet. Your legs work like when you were pushing your hands in and your legs in and your hands out. Or then inhale, coming back up. Bring your legs back in. I'm going to have you bring your right hand, back of your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Fix your feet. And see about bringing your left hand toward the ceiling. Now lift up. Now lift your ribs, lift the weight of your head. Lengthen your spine. Push down with your legs. Push down with this front hand. And then see about sweeping this hand behind you. Now maybe it only comes to the outside of your left hip. Maybe it'll come around further. Depends on. Wait for the exhalation part of it. Did you lose your feet? Did you lose that internal rotation with your legs? Tuck your chin. Alright, then come back. Alright, so we're going to bring back the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Bring your right hand toward the ceiling. Stretch up, push down, stretch up. Always there are at least two directions. And then when you're ready, when you exhale, then you just bring this right hand around behind again. Depending on what you've got going on in your shoulder. You got a bad shoulder, you got a bad wrist. If your left foot went forward, you want to level off your feet as though they were against the wall. Lift the back of your head, lift the back of your rib cage. Forget to breathe. And then coming back around. We're going to do Paschimottanasana. You're going to bend your knees. Roll from your little toe to your big toe. You want to pull, if you pull backward on you with your arms, with your hands against the backs of your legs, you keep the tops of your arms down, and you want to come up through here. You want your throat to be soft always. So that when you start bringing your abdomen, when you start opening up, moving your lower back, bring your hips around. Hips come around off the sacrum. Use the abdominals. Maybe you bring your hands or your arms around your legs. Tuck your chin. Lift the head away from the tailbone, away from the tops of the legs. If you want to start taking your legs further out, keep that internal rotation. If your tops of your arms are coming up, can they slide down? Don't force them. You want to take your hands out from under your legs. Depends on what you find, what's working for you. All right, then when you come back up, now do some circles with your feet. All right, we're going to lie back. Now, you can do any twist that you'd like to do. I'm going to do this one that I often do. tuck your left hip under and push with your left foot, push with your right thigh, bring your right foot towards your left calf. Now maybe it tucks in behind, maybe it does not. Stretch your arms out, stretch your fingers, pull the tops of your arms in, so you're using your triceps, you're pulling the shoulder blades down. Pull your base, lengthen your back waist. When you then start bringing use your front. When you start bringing your legs over to the left side, you want to turn your face right, lower your chin, deepen your throat. Pull your base of your breastbone backward. Now can you roll from your left groin towards your right ribs? So supporting the front side of the lumbar spine. Keep bringing your right foot towards your left calf. You're using your left leg to bring your right leg over so that your hip lifts off your lower back. Yeah? All right, then come back up. Undo your wings. Fix your hips. Stretch your back so there's no pinching. Any crooked. When you come, then you bring your left thigh over, tuck your right hip under. Again, maybe your left foot comes behind your right leg, maybe not. Press with your right foot, press with your left thigh, pull your front hip bones in, push with your right foot on the ground. When you pull your arms in, not to hunch your shoulders up, but to strengthen your back. When you start bringing your legs out toward the right side, wait for the exhalation parts. You got the front of your body supported, and turn your face to the left, keep your chin low, relax your jaw. Pull your arms in, pull your legs in. You're using your right leg to bring your left leg over, so you open up the left side of your lower back, you lift the left hip off your lower back. All right, then inhale, coming back up. Fix yourself, we'll do Shavasana. So stretch out your spine, broaden your back. If your leg's long, your lower back isn't happy with long legs, then go get a cushion, a rolled up blanket, or bring it with you next time. You can bend your knees if you want. And just rest. Shavasana. You can do Shavasana anytime. Anytime. Now we do the poses first to take the stress, the tension from the body so that your mind can relax, so your mind can rest. So let your forehead be flat. The space between your eyebrows, let it slowly grow larger. Skin over your nose and cheekbones. Skin along your jawline, your teeth don't touch, your tongue doesn't touch your teeth or the roof of your mouth. You shut collarbones, your arms, your abdominals, your legs. If you drew a line from the middle of your forehead down through your chin, the knots of your collarbones, your breastbone, your navel, your pubic bones down to a spot on the floor between your feet, between your heels. Could you let your right side and your left side soften away from that center line? Let it open right up. Could you feel that the inhalation part of your breath comes down in that center space? The exhalation comes back up through that center space? Try it. If it doesn't work, what does your breath do? Slow it down. Maybe you can deepen it a bit. Acknowledge the pause at the end of your inhale, absorbing that breath. Acknowledge the pause at the end of your exhale, surrendering the breath. So perhaps you can find 4 parts to each breath: the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. It's your breath. If your mind wanders off, come back. Some days are easier than others to keep your mind on what you're doing. Stay as long as you like. On one of your exhalations, turn your eyes down. See if that makes a difference to your breath. Where you feel it, how it works. Stay as long as you like. When you're ready to move, you have a stretch, you roll to your right side, resting your head on your arm. Happy Tuesday. Namaste.